and giving them more support. And they won't just teach to a test, because I want our children to learn art and music and science and literature and poetry and all the things that make an education worthwhile. And I don't know about you, but I think it's about time we made college affordable for every child. Every child. And that's why I said we're going to have a $4,000 tuition credit every year for every student. But you know what? They're going to have to get something back in return. They're going to have to be involved in some community service. But working at a homeless shelter, working at a veterans home, or national service, working in the Peace Corps, or learning a foreign language and representing the United States of America around the world. We'll invest in you, and you invest back in America. That's a bargain that the young people in America are ready to accept, and I will offer when I'm President of the United States of America. For president because I am tired of us sending $1 billion every day to foreign nations because of our addiction to foreign oil. Driving up gas prices, melting the polar ice caps in the process. I mean, I know it's a nice warm day today, but you know, when you start getting 50 degrees in January, we got a problem. And we know what to do. We know what to do if we cap the pollution, the greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, and we charge polluters, we can generate billions of dollars. And we can invest in clean technologies like solar and wind and biodiesel. And we can get American cities to reinvest in insulating homes and creating new buildings that are energy efficient, and that can put young men and women to work right here in Jersey City, right in Newark. We can put people to work and train them for the jobs of the future and save the planet in the process. That's what I'm going to do when I'm President of the United States of America. I am running for president because I want to go before the United Nations right across the river. I want to go before the General Assembly and say, America is back. We are ready to lead. We are ready to lead. We will lead militarily. My job as Commander-in-Chief will be to keep you safe. And I will do everything in my power to keep you safe. I won't hesitate to strike against those who would do us harm. And we will hunt down Al-Qaeda and finish the job in Afghanistan. We shouldn't have been distracted in the first place. And we will maintain the strongest military on earth, which means also taking care of our veterans when they come home, something we have not been doing. But I don't want to just lead militarily. I want to lead diplomatically. I want to lead politically and culturally and economically. I want to say to the world, we will work with you to build schools around the world to teach math and science instead of hatred of Americans. We will work with you to help poor countries so that they can deal with the devastation of HIV/AIDS. We will lead by helping to bring an end to the genocide in Darfur, because we're not a nation that turns a blind eye to slaughter. And we will lead by closing Guantanamo and restoring habeas corpus, because we are not a nation that locks people up without charging them. We're not a nation that ships people off to be tortured in other countries. That's not who we are. And my faith has been vindicated this past week. We saw it in all the young people coming out to vote for the first time. We saw it in the hope on people's faces after we won that victory in Iowa. We saw it after New Hampshire, where even when we didn't quite win, everybody was chanting, yes we can, we were ready to keep on going, on to Nevada, on to South Carolina, back to New Jersey, and win this nomination, and win the general election, and lead this country in a better direction. Well, let me tell you something about hope. I do talk about hope a lot. For good reason, because I wasn't born into money. I wasn't born into privilege. My father left me when I was 2 years old. I was raised by a single mom and my grandparents. All they could give me was love and an education and some hope. And so, you know, we put hope on our signs. And I talked about hope in the Democratic Convention. And I wrote a book called The Audacity of Hope. Here's what I also know. That nothing worthwhile in this country has ever been accomplished except somebody somewhere decided to hope. That's how this country was founded, because a group of colonists decided we're tired of the British Empire. We want our own declaration of independence. That's how the slaves and abolitionists resisted the evil system, and how a president from Illinois charted a course that would ensure that we would not be half slave and half free. That's how the greatest generation lifted us out of the Great Depression and defeated fascism. That's how women won the right to vote. That's how unions won the right to organize. That's why young people traveled south to Montgomery and Selma, and they marched, and they sat in at lunch counters, and they got beaten, and fire hosed, and attack dogs were set on them. And they kept on going, kept on marching, kept on sitting for freedom's cause. That's what hope is. That's what hope is. That's what hope is. Imagining and then being willing to work for and fight for what hasn't been done before. That's the opportunity that we have right now. That's the chance that all of you here in New Jersey will have on February 5th. There is a moment, in the life of every generation, if it is to make its mark on history, when that spirit of hope shines through, when we are willing to cast aside the doubts and the fears and the cynicism and reach for something better, knowing it's going to require hard work, when we welcome and embrace the hard work of remaking our communities block by block, precinct by precinct, city by city, state by state. That is the moment we are in right now. This is our time. And if you are willing to stand with me, New Jersey, if you are willing to work with me and vote for me and form a coalition with me, if you're willing to reach for something better and not settle for what the cynics tell you you have to accept, if you believe we have an obligation to give the next generation the same chance as somebody gave us, if you believe that we have to keep the dream alive for those who still hunger for justice and still thirst for opportunity, if you are ready to work with me to make sure that everybody has health care and everybody has an education and everybody has a job and we've got an America that is respected in the world again, then I promise you this: we will not just win the primary in New Jersey. We will not just win the nomination. We will not just win the general election, but you and I together, we will remake this country and repair the world. And together, we will create an America that we can believe in again. Thank you, New Jersey. I love you. Thank you.